You wanna know what I just really enjoy? Game adaptations of real-life places. I just like seeing a take of a real-life place through the lens of a game's art direction or simply the vision of that specific place. This can reach from close to real places like GTA 5's Los Santos, the more loosely based ones like Fallout New Vegas and the surrounding areas, or just simple maps that have nothing to do with the real place at all, like many representations in Overwatch maps. And you know what? I just want to see what my favorite game TF2 had to offer. What real-life foundation does it use? Where do they lie? And well, this video will show it all. These are all the countries in Team Fortress 2.
Mr. Dispenser!
Hello everyone, Mr. Spencer here. So yeah, as I said in the intro, I want to look at all countries represented in Team Fortress 2. I will not only rely on the in-game maps though, I will also take a look at the comics to determine where TF2 takes place. But I will not include cosmetics, because I think it can somewhat get out of hand and I feel like we would be here all day. So yeah, just the maps and the comics as a reference. And also, before we start, I never really announced this, but I actually have a Twitch channel where I do live streams. Twitch.tv/Mr. Spencer. Okay, I think this is gonna be a fun video, so let's start with the obvious region, North America. So yeah, America was an obvious pick where we would find some sort of representation. I mean, the USA is next to Australia, the main region many of the canon events take place. But not only that, we have 3 or maybe 4 mercs that originate from the US. We have Scout from Boston, Soldier from the Midwest, Angie from Texas, and maybe Pyro also from somewhere. But yeah, that's at least 3 clear sources already. But then there are also so many maps like Canaveral, Phoenix, Manhattan, Dust Bowl, Hydro Powerhouse, Badwater, Thunder Mountain, and so on and so on. The USA again is where the main chunk of the story takes place, and therefore it's obviously here. South of the border, I first thought I could not really find anything. There is no Mexico in the comics, there's also no merc originating from that place. There's technically the Guadalajara, but once again I don't count cosmetics. So yeah, I was kinda lost, but then I found Los Muertos, and I thanked Gaben for Scream Fortress. This update would save me a few times, and first with Mexico. So yeah, I was really uplifted, and I was ready to research more. Canada was also so special. We have something strange here. First I felt the same, like with Mexico. I was positively sure not to have anything, but then I stumbled upon the wiki page of Yukon. And well, the Yukon region is actually based in Canada. So here we go, Canada is confirmed in TF2. And apparently Confire was also based on Canadian wilderness, or at least the creator of the map said so. So yeah, there you go Canadians. That was the first region I took a look at. And well, again, as I said, it was quite obvious I would find so much here. But the next area would not be as easy. I went south. I looked at the Caribbean and Middle American region. First thing that came to mind were the maps of the Tropical Crisis fan-made update from last year's summer pack. With Embargo, we have a look at TF2's version of Cuba. All the other maps were either South American or something else. So I switched to Jungle Inferno. Mayan culture was based in Middle America, but I also did not really find anything too exciting, except Lazarus. This map has the Fountain of Youth in it, which is a mythical spring common in ancient Greek and Macedonian storytelling, but also during the Age of Exploration in many Middle American stories. And judging by the vegetation of the map, I place this map somewhere in Middle America. And yeah, because I have to pick a country, I will place the Fountain of Youth into El Salvador. You heard it here first, folks. The Fountain of Youth is in El Salvador. And if you really want to scrape the bottom of the barrel, Pelican Peak apparently is on the island St. Martin. Make with that what you want. Let's color this one in. And hey, if you wondered, Penguin Peak is actually in Alaska. Sadly, I could not find any more for this region, so yeah, further down south we go. Alrighty, South America, show me what you got. Oh my god guys, it's so over, we're going to Brazil. I mean, it's kinda obvious, the map is called Brazil, so yeah, first country down. Then we have Cachoeira, which name I still hate, which is based on the Iguazu Falls between Argentina and Brazil. Probably butchered all names there. But there's also Patagonia, which is a region in Argentina and Chile. So yeah, I would say that's counted as a separate country too. Then there's Overgrown. The wiki says it's based on a South American villa resort in the jungle. I have like no idea where this info comes from, but I'll take it I guess. Once again, I have to start guessing those, so I'll pick Paraguay. Yay! And that's it for South America, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. Next up we're moving west to get another big TF2 region out of the way. So this is where the comics really come in, because as much as I tried, there was no real representation of Australia. Don't forget, we learn in the comics that snipers from New Zealand that sunk down to the bottom of the ocean. So yeah, let's color this one already in. I mean, yeah, technically there's Saxon Hail for Down Under, so there's that. But yeah, there's just no map from Australia, which is really strange. In the comics we see Arias Rock and the futuristic cities of Australia due to the Australium. So yeah, Australia is obviously represented. So I would say let's finally give it some color. Moving north, we have the map Borneo. This area is divided into 3 countries in real life: Brunei, Malaysia and Indonesia. But I'm not gonna pick all 3. I will give my pick to Indonesia. Not because I'm biased, because a huge chunk of my views come from there. No. Wikipedia said 73% of Borneo lies in Indonesia, which is more than half, with Brunei only having less than 1% of the territory. So yeah, I would say let's give it to Indonesia then. But yeah, sadly that's it also for Oceania. Hey, Mr. Spence of the Future here. I actually googled Shark Bay and I guess Shark Bay is in Australia, but from the pictures alone it's like nothing alike. So yeah, again, do with that information what you want. Let's move over to East Asia. I will first get the obvious out of the way because I got something really good for South Korea later. We have Sulphur and Suijin. Both maps are from Japan, with Sulphur even having Mount Fujisan in the skybox, as far as I understand. Please correct me if I'm wrong though. For China we have Chongqing, which is based on Hong Kong, and then there's the pastime map District, being similarly themed like Chongqing. But now the really juicy part. South Korea. So yeah, once again I really thought I would be done with this region, but once again I got jump scared out of the blue. This time it's purely comic based. After Sojo escapes with Marasmus from prison in the last comic, they get captured by the Korean mafia, and when Heavy tries to rescue them, he specifies that the warehouse location is in the city of Gwangju in South Korea. So yeah, we have another place. I see this as an absolute win. For Central Asia, South Asia and the Arabian Peninsula I could not find any records. So yeah, Africa is next then. And at least I found the maps Egypt and Lakeside here, both situated in, well, Egypt. So yeah, at least we have that. Yeah, this content is also really lacking in maps. So I guess it's time for the last region. This is where the pace once again starts to pick up. We have the obvious 2 again, with Spy being French and Medic being German. But there are also several German maps, like Rottenburg, Burghausen, Rotunda and Krampus. But one thing guys, can we count Krampus as Austria? Yes, I know the wiki says it's German, but the Krampus tradition is also really big in Austria, so just for once, maybe... Oh, you know what, this is my video, I can do what I want. South of Austria we have Italy, and well, we got Venice. It ain't as beautiful as the real one, and it is built like a steakhouse and handles like a bistro. But yet, in the game, you win again, Gravity! Heavy is from Russia and we see Siberia in the comics. So yeah, Russia is represented in TF2. Demo is Scottish, giving us Great Britain, and Degrid Keep is technically in Scotland as far as I'm aware. But the trivia section on the wiki page once again makes me think otherwise. The Groot is Dutch. De Groot technically means the big in Dutch. And I mean there are castles in the Netherlands, but then again there are mountains in the background. Being half Dutch myself, I know this is bullshit. So sadly no Netherlands here. Let's keep De Groot Keep in Scotland. Then there's Atoll, which was inspired by St. Mary's Island in England. I don't know, man. We already got Great Britain in, so yeah, I mentioned it. And then there are some maps that give us a nice roundup of other European countries, with Odyssey being Greek and Serbian being Norwegian, and also at last in Europe we have Mansylvania, a Romania map, which once again got saved by Scream Fortress, which gives us a nice collection of European countries. Looking over the full map, there's obviously a winner, that is the USA. But I wouldn't have guessed it any other way. I was also super surprised by the number of South American maps, and well, Europe too. Especially in the last years, many new maps broadened the world regions a lot. What I really enjoy. Central South Asia, Africa and Oceania are really lacking though. So maybe an official Australia map needs to be added finally. And hey, how can we forget the polar regions? There is the map Polar. Probably not on the polars, but it has a solid ground. So Antarctica boys, let's go penguins, ice desert, woohoo! Thanks so much for watching. I had a lot of fun researching the different countries and making this list. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe and hope to see you next time. Mr. Spencer out. Oh, and once again, at last, thanks again to Zignotech for a level 3 membership.